All right, so this morning I'm laying in bed. I'm having my morning coffee. I look on Instagram, Twitter, do the rounds on social media, and I am shocked. I am saddened. I'm disgusted with what I saw, and I'm not being a hater. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is set to go down July 20th, right? As I say, I'm not being a hater on this. I could not believe it when I saw this tweet from Jake Paul. This is insane. He's the greatest heavyweight of all time, the most vicious knockout artist ever. But I'm younger, I'm faster, and I'm going to be working my ass off to get stronger. A member of my team sent me this video that Mike's coach just put up 2 weeks ago and asked me if I'm sure that I wanted to do this. Are you sure? Yes. Yes, I do. Heavyweight. Let's have a listen to this because Mike Tyson, listen, is a ferocious boxer. Here he is with the legendary coach from mixed martial arts, Rafael Cordero, right? Smashing the pads, looking vicious, looking sharp. This video's about 2 or 3 years old when he was getting ready for Roy Jones Jr., if I'm not mistaken, okay? So showed me this 2 weeks ago and asked me if I want to do this. I'm going up to heavyweight, guys. I'm looking for the biggest challenges ever. Look, listen, this is a joke. Respect to Mike Tyson, okay? One of the greatest heavyweights ever. That's a fact. He was ferocious. He was a knockout artist. You know all the details, okay? I don't know why Mike Tyson is doing this. I don't think he needs the money, but he probably wants to get back in there because old habits die hard because he is a real fighter. He's made from that kind of DNA and he fancies it. Wants to get back in there, go up against a young buck, okay? I don't know how old Jake Paul is, 27, 28. 100% in his prime. But this is ridiculous. And the only reason I say it's ridiculous is because he talks about being one of the best ever. He just called out Canelo Alvarez after he beat up the Uber driver, okay? This is what we've seen. It's Jake Paul 101 all the way, okay? Takes on older people, initially people that weren't even boxers, started with basketballers, then it was wrestlers, then it was mixed martial artists. Fair play, took on Anderson Silva, got the job done. Okay, I had respect for him for that. It's like, all right, well, listen, it wasn't prime Anderson Silva, but it was still Anderson Silva that had won a couple of boxing matches. Then he loses to Tommy Fury. Then he's like, shit, rethink everything, okay? Give me some washed up bum, okay? I forget who it was. Was it Andre August? No, it wasn't Andre August. Whatever his bloody name was, right? Then it was Ryan Borland, right? And I'm assuming that business didn't do too well. So now he drags up Mike Tyson. Listen, fair play to all the promoters, right? They're trying to make money. Netflix, fair enough. Listen, no issue with any of that. Any of the coaches, even the managers, right? Money makes the world go round. But Jake Paul's already made lots of money. He's made lots of money and he talks about being a real fighter. That's where I have an issue. He talks about being one of the best ever, talking about being the greatest, being the champion of the world. He's a laughing stock. Eddie Hearn called him out on that. Back in the day, said, all right, I'll give you one of my guys who's up and coming. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to fight him. Didn't want to test himself. Looking for people that he only knows that he can beat, okay? As I say, if he was to come out and be a little bit more humble and be like, look, listen, you know, I didn't grow up as a boxer. I enjoy boxing. It gives me a rush. I enjoy the thrill of competition. And I'm just testing myself and see where this goes. All right, fair enough. If he said, look, listen, I want to go up there against Mike Tyson. We're going to have an exhibition match. We're going to have a little move around. Mike Tyson is a legend. Come on, it'd be amazing to step in a ring with him. You know, just for nostalgia purposes, just to say that I did it and it's all going to be nice and friendly and all the rest of it. Again, that wouldn't be as bad. But he's marketing this as a real fight, as a real test, going up against the baddest man ever. And guess what? The people are not buying it because these are the responses on Twitter. Bro, I swear, I will help you find some shame and we won't stop looking until we find some. The most vicious KO artist ever who will turn 58 before the fight, right? Yeah, by the time this fight happens, Mike Tyson will be 58 years old. And apparently recently, as everyone's saying on Twitter, that he was walking around with a cane recently. And I'm not surprised. I'm not sure what this bullshit wrestling's all about. Bro in his 20s having pro fights versus 60-year-olds. Exactly. And this is the issue, as I say. I'm not trying to hate, but yeah, he's nearly 60, Jake. You're going to get rocked by a senior citizen, my guy. Jesus, bro, he looks vicious. He did look vicious there. The Stephen A. Smith, this is low. Even for you, this is low. Bro, you're going to be like a minus 500 favorite. Why do you insist on acting like the underdog before every fight? And it goes on and on and on and on. Everyone's like, oh my God, what is he doing? Okay. So what is he doing? Well, he's trying to make money. Okay. And that's fair enough. But Jake Paul's already made lots of money. I put out a tweet this morning saying he should be ashamed of himself because he has made money, right? And granted, right, in this world, we need money. And most people want to be rich. They want to be famous, okay? He's got all of that, right? So why doesn't he try and get some respect to go with it? By all accounts, he's made so much money, he would never have to work again. Amazing. Well done. This is not me being jealous at all. At all, far from it. I'm not jealous of anybody. No man alive should be jealous of another man, right? We're all competing against ourselves. There's always going to be people more successful. It's just this charade, this absolute shit show that he's selling to the younger people. Now, granted, this is on Netflix. It's not going to be on pay-per-view, and a lot of people will watch it. Fair play to Netflix. Fair play to Mike Tyson. Fair play to all the managers. They're going to get paid. This will be massive business, okay? But at core, this is a 27-year-old, whatever he is, going up against an almost 60-year-old man. So the fight itself, listen, Mike Tyson can still punch. We always say power is the last thing to go. Absolutely right. And he didn't look bad a few years ago when he went up against Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition match. That was two legends. They went up against one another. They threw down. It was lovely to see, and it was quite entertaining. But what does Jake Paul do here? This is a lose-lose situation. What's he going to do? Go out there and knock him out in the first round with the first proper punch like he did against Ryan Borland? That ain't going to go down well. You know what I mean? Number one, will Mike Tyson even get commissioned for a professional boxing match? I'm not sure he would at this age. So it's probably going to be an exhibition match. But as I say, if he goes out there and looks to knock him out, he goes out very aggressive, overly aggressive, like he did against Ryan Borland, swinging punches like this, like an absolute maniac. Mike Tyson might just catch him. Mike Tyson's going to bob and weave like he always does as the shorter guy, get on the inside, look for those openings and look to land some of those big punches. Sorry, lost my flow there. And he's still got the power. Could you imagine if Jake Paul gets knocked out? Oh my God. So this again, it's not Jake taking a risk. It's Jake being moronic. That's what this is, because if he beats Mike Tyson, God forbid he even knocks out Mike Tyson, that's just a dick move. It's like when Vitor Belfort went up against Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield, obviously a boxing legend. Vitor Belfort probably past his prime, but juiced to the absolute gills. Went out there, didn't play with him, didn't have fun, didn't have an exhibition match. Took it out on him like he was personal, like it was a big grudge match, like he had no respect for the career that he had and the fact that he's fighting a guy who's almost a senior citizen. So if Jake Paul does that, he's an absolute dickhead. Right? And if Jake Paul gets knocked out, he's an absolute dickhead, regardless of whether or not it was Mike Tyson. So anyway, I'm going to go have my morning workout in a minute, okay? But I just saw that and I was bemused. I was befuddled. I was very confused. I thought he wanted the toughest challenges on planet Earth. I thought he wanted real fighters. I thought he was calling out Canelo Alvarez. Why don't you? And I understand. You want to keep the business rolling. You want to keep making money. There's fighters for you out there, okay? There's Mike Perry. Mike Perry's been doing tremendous things in the bare-knuckle boxing scene, okay? Mike Perry's in his prime. Mike Perry's a tough bastard. Go and find Mike Perry. There you go. There's your opponent. Ticks all the boxes. Hasn't got the technical brilliance of some of these youngster boxers that have been doing it their whole life, that are technical, that are fast, sharp, and have power, right? But those guys maybe don't have the name. They won't generate the pay-per-view, okay? Go and box Mike Perry. That's a real fight, but you're not doing that. A 58-year-old Mike Tyson at ATT Stadium. We'll all watch it. We will. It's on Netflix. It's going to be free to watch if you got a subscription. I'll watch it. You'll watch it. I hope Tyson gets through it okay. The reality is, can he still take a shot at 58 years old? We don't know. And will Jake Paul really go for it? Because you'd have to be a certain level of piece of shit to really go and try and knock this man out. But still, hey, fair play to Tyson. The man still got it. The man's still a warrior. The man still wants to throw down. Anyway, UFC 299 this weekend. So I'll be talking about some real fights soon. Dustin Poirier versus Benoit Saint-Denis in the co-main event. Marlon Chito Vera taking on Sugar Sean O'Malley, right? O'Malley's trying to avenge that one loss. That's a sick fight. Top to bottom, UFC 299 is ridiculous. Michael Venom Page as well, the knockout artist. And he is a knockout artist. He can finish people with one shot, okay? With his hands, his knees, his elbows, his kicks. He's phenomenal to watch taking on Kevin Holland. So stay tuned for that one. And by the way, also tomorrow, Francis Ngannou, right, taking on Anthony Joshua. And I will be streaming that fight live. I will be giving my commentary, my thoughts. So make sure you tune in for that one. Anyway, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, not being a hater. Not being a hater. Just calling it like I see it. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Right, gonna go get a workout. Gonna do my 30 minutes Peloton. Gonna do my weight routine. Gonna have a good stretch, sit in the sauna, do my ice bath, and then I will be recording the Believe You Me podcast later with guest Jorge Masvidal, Mr. Gamebred himself, giving his thoughts on UFC 299, and Dean Thomas, legendary old school fighter, UFC analyst, looking for a fight series with Dana White and one of the funniest UFC personalities on all of social media. Believe You Me podcast drops at 9 p.m. tonight Pacific. Make sure you tune in for that one. And you guys, take care. Bye-bye.